Alright guys, we're at the warehouse and today I'm going to give you an update on all of the projects that you see here. So when are you going to see videos on them? What are we doing to them? What's the current status? All of that. So stick around. Okay, now for those of you who are new here, my name is BJ and I run a shop called Brick House Builds. I'm just a one-man show and I do this for a living. So I have a lot of bikes here. This is a warehouse where I kind of keep everything in like a staging area. And then my main shop is actually just, I work from kind of the shop behind my home. And that's temporary, but that's what we got to do for right now until we can fit all of this stuff in one location. So today I want to go through, do an update on all the bikes you see here. Some of them are familiar, some of them I haven't really shown yet, and kind of give you guys an idea of what we're going to be working on and when. So I'm going to flip the mic around and we'll do kind of a POV view of this whole thing, and we'll get started right now. Alright, now since we're standing closest to it, we got the XS650 chopper. This thing's rad. Nothing really needing to get done with this thing. I recently did a video where we did some exhaust baffles on it. So that turned out good, and I basically was just riding it. So going into winter now, I'll probably get it back out on Christmas as a tradition. I'll have some fun with it, but for the most part, no real need to do anything here except for maybe build an auxiliary fuel tank to get a little bit more range out of it. So this bike, the GL650 you've seen me, I just finished this thing up. Now, in case you didn't know, it's for sale, so hit the description and check out some of the info on that thing. And contact me if you feel, if you feel like you have to have it. So, also, if you haven't seen it, check out the full build time lapse on it. But this thing's really cool. GL650 did kind of an apocalyptic looking kind of thing to it. It's a really nice bike, a lot of fun. So the KLR, you guys may or may not be familiar with, just kind of my daily rider. Nice, tough, durable adventure bike. I have a lot of fun on this thing. I've had it for a long time. And it's just been a good workhorse of a bike. So this thing, you guys have actually not seen. I haven't made any recent videos on this thing in the last like 5 years. This was the first bike I ever did. So this is a 82 KZ750 twin, like the CSR things. Went with kind of a brat cafe kind of thing. It's actually hardtailed. It has springs on it, but I welded all those things solid, and this is the first bike I did. It's cool, it's a kind of a time capsule piece, but yeah, it's just a neat bike. I would like to drag this thing back out of hibernation basically, because I would like to retune the carbs and just bring it back, bring it a little higher to a higher spec of fit and finish than maybe I finished it back in the day. So I'm sure it doesn't run as good as it could, but that would be something I'd like to maybe revisit at some point when I can build in some time. The Road King you see back here, that's my dad's. So 97 model, good bike, just ride that on occasion. So let's go over here. This is a 79 CBX I recently picked up, and this one we're doing a full-blown restoration on. So the engine's actually sitting in my shop right now getting ready to do a full teardown on it. But this should be a good project that we will hopefully be getting on. We're already on it, but hopefully make some progress on very soon. I'd like to have this thing up and running in the spring of 2022. You guys recently saw a video. This is a 74 model CB750. Engine was locked up and I bought it for $100, no title. Well, now, previous owner contacted me. I have a title for it. Recently got the engine unstuck. So this, I would actually really like to have as my vintage cruiser this upcoming season in 2022. So I don't know, maybe in the next couple months I'll drag it back to the shop and we'll see if we can get it running, kind of do a further assessment of it, figure out kind of what we need. But really excited to do that because I just did a service job on another CB750 and it was just great. So I have made a video on this 79 model dual overhead cam. Not going to work on it anymore. Me and the customer just scheduling conflicts and stuff like that. So it's going to go back to him, and you won't be seeing this anymore. So up next, Wanda. I have a lot of people that have asked me about this. This is an 81, I believe, XS400 Yamaha. I'm sorry, it's kind of dark right here. But this is going to be kind of another brat cafe style. We've made a lot of progress on it. I've got a rear fender on there, rear hoop, we've done the exhaust. and got a headlight mounted on it. We've made good progress. And basically this one's coming up in the next couple months. I paused on it because I'm waiting for some electronics. Now I'm dealing with a company in Canada called NWT. I've featured their products numerous times. Link above to some of my install videos. But basically this one's waiting on some electronics from them, and then I can build the tray and finish this thing out. So it will be going for spring. Okay? Now this thing, oh boy. Yet another CB750. This was the first bike I bought that got me into this whole thing, and of course it's not done. So I did kind of a hoop on it and did some work to it. It's a 78 model, I think, with a different tank. It's got all kinds of stuff on it, but yeah, I do plan to do this one at some point. I have to finish up other projects first, but you know, looking back at some of the stuff I've done, you know, it's cool. You know, it's cool and stuff. It's got some decent work, but I think I'd like to redo the entire back half of it. And my goal with this one would be to do some CBR600 F3 suspension, both front and rear. The GSXR front end on here would not stay. It just, I needed to make it roll. So that will go on some eventual project, but yeah. So up next though, this. Just a bare frame. This is an 81 GS550 or an 80 GS550E, one of the two. So anyway, I'm really excited about this one. You notice behind it, we have a sport bike. You know, it's a Katana 750. Well, we're gonna glue these things together. We're gonna put them together. This one, we're using the bare frame, and I want to build kind of a retro muscle bike, retro sport bike. So we're using this frame. I'm gonna use the 750 engine out of this Katana. I'm going to use the wheels, and of course they are going to stay purple because that's just cool. And I'm mix matching a bunch of other parts. I've got a cool tank for it over here, and this one we're going to be starting probably mid to late December of this, so like next month we're going to be starting on it, and it's going to be awesome. So I'm really excited about it. This is going to be the next full build I'll start on, and hopefully I'll be able to knock this one out, like not quick, but we'll make some good progress on it. Moving over here, I have not shown this on the channel. This is a kind of a crazy little mini bike I've been building. I found a Motovox frame in the junkyard. I bought a Honda FT500, and I have these two grafted together. So you're gonna see this eventually. I just need to kind of figure out when. But yeah, it's like 36 horse, 500cc single. It's gonna be insane. So yeah, hold on to your britches for that one. Over here is all of my parts storage and stuff like that. I have a lot of spares, and then basically every box is a specific bike that I'm working on, or a combination of, like, let's say CX500 parts or CBX parts or Yamaha parts or whatever. Just, you know, have to stay organized somehow. So these are very crucial. I built these shelves years ago. Gotta have them. Okay. Now over here, you notice this CX500 / CX650. So you guys have probably been wondering where this bike has been. It's been sitting here since June of this year, and it's now late November. So this one I had an issue with the paint work, and it was due to that flush mount filler cap I put in. Basically, the weld seams, it had a little bit of porosity in it, ruined the paint, and it's just been a big, gigantic nightmare to get it up and going, or to get that fixed. So today, the reason I'm here, I'm actually taking this to the painter. We've already got the tail and the tank with him, and we're gonna get this thing finished up. So we're finally making progress, and you guys are gonna see the kind of completion of this bike just ASAP. So I'm really excited about that one. Some other stuff that doesn't really matter, just, you know, got my old mini bike down here, some bicycles. I got a double-decker bike I made, that's fun. So I'm into a lot of stuff, but unfortunately I don't get to work on that very much because I have the sea of motorcycles that I have to get done. Another bike you haven't, that's not here right now because it's in the shop, is a CX500 Scrambler I'm building, which is really cool. So this one, yeah, it has knobby tires on it, but it's more for like aesthetics, just kind of a popular style. But the CX500 I'm doing, we've got raised suspension on it, building pannier racks, cool fork swap on it, and it's going to be a very capable ADV bike, and I'm excited about that one. So you can see we have quite a mix of stuff here. A lot of Japanese stuff, of course, but within that, a mix of styles. You know, whether it be like kind of tracker, cafe, or apocalyptic bike, or full ADV bike. We got Harleys, we got a chopper, we got all kinds of stuff. So kind of priority-wise, I talked about mainly the CBX, the CB750, the GS550 back there, and then of course the XS400. Those are kind of the up-and-coming builds and projects right now. So hopefully next month, of course, I'm going to get the GS550 video up. I really want to get started on that project, just waiting on a few more parts. And then we can make some progress to have Wanda, the XS400, up and running for next season. Same thing for the CB750. I don't want to go too crazy with that thing. Just make it kind of mechanically sound and ride it, just have some fun on it. And then of course the CBX is going to be my winter project kind of for myself to, restore. It's just going to take a lot of time, a lot of like care and special, like just slow practice, So we'll get this thing up and going, do the full rebuild on the engine and go through every component on here, make it look fresh. So beyond what you see here, I also do service work on old bikes and generally just kind of any bike. So there's a lot of stuff that I don't show on camera, like service jobs that are in and out of the shop. So beyond all of this, I'm working on that as well. So that might explain why there's gaps in playlists and some time that goes by between updates on projects. So wanted to use this video to do kind of a general full-blown project update video and let you guys know exactly where everything's at. So hopefully you guys found this one interesting. If you would, please subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. Check out some other playlists and some other videos on the channel of all of these bikes. And yeah, let me know in the comments if you guys have any questions or comments or demands, and I'll get right back to you as soon as I can. So anyway, hope you guys like this one. Hope to see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.